Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
We will now go ahead to different applications that is built. Automation is through. Now for what we have seen. If we will talk about the lecture, we have seen a different communication channels, how we can design and develop an email message, how we can design and develop SMS message, how we can send the single send. Let's say, if you want to send the email, how we can do that, how we can send the test email, how we can send the A/B test, how we can create the smart capture form or any web page in which we can capture the information from the customers. And once we have done all that, once we have communicated to the customers through different communication channels, email, SMS, or push notifications, we want to generate the report. We want to generate the report to analyze the emails and performance, campaign performance, that we can make the appropriate decision to go the business. Now what we have done, we have tried all these communication channels. We have generated reports as well. Now, if you want to know whatever we have seen, all these things are manually. We have done, right? If you want to send the email again and again, what we need to do, we need to create it. We need to click on the send button. We need to, choose the send class information and these kind of things. And then we will be able to send the email. For what we have done is all the manual tasks. Now in real time, right? Nobody is going to sit and do all these things manually. They are not going to generate the report manually. They are not going to send the email manually. They are not going to do the segmentation manually. What we need to do now, we have to see that how we can automate these things. How about, if we have the data in the master data extension and we want to filter out the reports automatically. At every hour, it should filter out the reports based on some criteria. And then once we have filtered out the reports, we want to send them the communication email, or we want to send the email communication to them, right? Now we will take one step further and we will understand whatever we have seen far, whatever we know already, how we can automate those things. How we can automate the filter part. How we can automate the email sending part. Let's go to Automation Studio. As the name is, Automation Studio means that we are going to automate something here. How we are going to do automation? How we are going to automate something with the help of the automation? We are going to design and build the automation, and in automation, we are going to see that how we can automate the threads. When we come to this particular screen, we have got few sections. In my left hand side, we have a folder section where we can see the different folders and in which we can save the automation that we will get. And then we have the list of all the automation that are available in our account. What is the progress, last one, and these dimensions. And then we have a summary. If I want to see that today, what are different automation that we have executed, it will show all of this. And next, we have the activities that I'm going to talk about in a while. But before that, let's go ahead and create a new automation. Click on the new automation button and then let's forget about, the technical perspective. If I tell anybody, any other person that will be, you need to do this task. First of all, and I'll say that you need to, do this task. Automation, then what are things that this person requires? First, you will ask me that what I need to automate, right? I'm just telling you, you need to automate something. What do I need to automate? That is the first thing that I need to tell that person, that you need to automate the email sending process, or maybe you need to automate the import process, right? Whatever the thing that I want to automate, I'll have to tell that. Now that task that needs to be automated, that is called activity. We have a couple of activities over here that we can automate. We'll understand each and every one, each and every activity, that how we can configure this activity, that we can execute this, and we can automate the process. The second thing that you might ask me, that this is something that you want me to automate. But when should I automate? I mean, when should I start? If I'm telling you that you need to send the email, you'll ask me, when do I need to send the email? I cannot send the email on my own right at any time as far my wish. I need to tell the system, or I need to tell that person, that at this point of time we need to start the automation, and then we need to send the email activity. And then you again have to process this, and you have to repeat this process again and again every hour. All this information we need to feed into the system, that the system can take care of all the things on its own. Now, how do we do it? We have two different sections in our automation tool, main section, and then we'll talk about the different things that we have as well. First of all, the starting source and then the activities. Activities, we talked about that. These are the tasks that we have to automate, and the starting source means that how the automation is going to start. First one is the scheduler, that we are telling the system that this is a specific time that the automation should be start. We can configure this that the automation should start at, let's say, 11th of June at 12 am. This is the time zone, and I want this automation to repeat every hour, and it should never end. I'm telling the system that when it should start and when it should end, and what is the frequency, how frequent this automation should start. I'll click on the done button. Now what will happen? It will start at this point of time, and it will repeat hour. This is the one way telling the system when it should start, and the another way that the file drop. What is this file drop? We say that whenever a file is dropped on FTP server, then I want this automation to start. But why would we do that? Let's say if we have a use case, let's talk about two different use cases. Let's talk about this first one for the schedule one. We have the data coming from, any other external system. Maybe somebody is importing the data into the extension. From somewhere else, we are getting the data into the extension. And what we need to do, we need to see that we need to first of all segment the data. We need to find out all the new reports, and then we need to send the email, and we need to do this process hourly, right? We know that we are getting this data into the data extension, and we need to send this hourly, and we need to do this. When we know the schedule already, that when should we start, and when it should end, and how frequent it should run, right? Then we know the schedule already, we will go ahead with the schedule option. But let's say, in case we are getting the data from the FTP server, right? We'll talk about the FTP server in a while. Let's say we are getting the data from the FTP server, but we don't know when the data will arrive, right? When we can expect the data? At any given point of time in the day, the file can be dropped. Let's say there is another external deal. They are, putting together all the data in one Excel file, and then they are placing this file on FTP server. We don't know, exactly the time when the file will be dropped. What we can do, we can choose this option file box. Whenever the file will be dropped on a FTP server, it will automatically start the automation. Let's click on the configure button and see how we can do that. FTP server is nothing but it is like your local system only. In my local system, we have C directory, D directory, and E directory, right? We have all these parent directives, and inside these parent directives, what we have? We have all these, desktop folder, user folder, system folder. And we can create as many folder as the gold inside any of these directives. Similarly, what happens whenever FTP server is created? That is set up. Then what happens? Marketing Cloud by default creates some of the folder. We have all these folders, but these folders are called import folder and that 3 bed automation folder. Now, inside that folder, we can create as many folders as you want, as these are created in a test 1, test 2. And inside that also we can create as many subfolders. What we want to do, that whenever a file is placed in a particular folder, let's say the E, then I want that automation to start. I don't want that the particular file to be dropped at any folder or in any folder in the FTP server. I want that particular file to be placed in a specific folder in the FTP server. Then only my automation should be started. First thing that I need to tell the system is that whenever a file is dropped, I need to start the automation. Now where in the FTP server the file should be dropped, then only I should be started automation. I need to choose the automation, and Marketing Cloud detects that whenever a file is dropped in this particular folder, then only I should start the automation. Now there's one more thing that we can do is that we need to tell the system that we have two options over here. We need to say that we want to start the automation irrespective of the file name. The automation should start, or we want the file name should contain a specific word or should contain a specific file name pattern. What do I mean by that is that, let's say we are expecting couple of files over here. We know some files are for customer personal information. Some are for customer billing or something like that. But we are only interested in the billing of file, right? I don't want this automation to start whenever customer's personal details of file is dropped in this particular file. What I will do that I'll choose this option that if the file name contains customer orders, right? Whenever the file name contains customer orders, then only I want this automation to start. Now the entire flow will look like. First of all, I will drop a file which contains customer orders. In it the file name should contain customer orders. I will drop a file in this particular folder and Mark-Now Club will detect it and then it will start the automation. Whenever the automation is we can execute any of them given activity. Now if the file does not contain customer orders, let's say it just contains customer side, then automation will go to start. Let's talk about these three different apps. First, we have Sys Summary. In summary, we get to know about the basic property like description, location, etc. We have the automation and then we have workflow and decent activity. Workflow. This is the workflow. Workflow means that the entire flow of the automation, we have got the starting source. Either it could be a file drop or the shipping. And then we have the activities on the canvas. And then we have the activity. We will see this in detail that whenever we execute the automation, it will show. Pray and send those wait on. We will talk about applications. It will end the investigation. Thank you. look at about the first thing we have been using on Narrow to program. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.